Hey guys, today we are reviewing the Nordic Components dedicated 22 upper. This 22 upper fits on all your standard AR lowers. I ended up getting it because I had a spare SBR lower. So here we are. We're going to talk about the pros and cons, the specs, and why we got it. Stop the video real quick. Give a shout out to today's sponsor, Abe's Awesome Armament, located on Route 104 in New Hampton, New Hampshire. Abe's has a great selection of firearms, knives, even kit. Go check them out if you're in the local area. Thanks again, Abe's. Guys, today we are reviewing the Nordic Components 22 dedicated upper receiver. This 22 has been in our hands now for about 6 months. We have roughly 3,000 rounds through it. Decided to pick it up because ammo prices were crazy expensive again, and we wanted to keep on training. This 22 upper fits on all your standard AR lowers. I ended up getting it because I had a spare SBR lower. I'm just going to jump right into it, talk about the specs of this thing. Like I said, this is a 9 1/4 inch barrel. It is a 1 16 inch twist with a 1/2 by 28 thread pitch. So you're able to direct thread any of your silencers, all your flash hiders, muzzle devices that you want. It is a blackened stainless steel, and that carries all the way back to the bolt carrier group as well. So you're not going to have the typical stainless look like a CMMG or even a right to bear bolt carrier group. It's going to be blackened all the way through. This thing looks just like a normal AR, and that was the intentions of it. I built it out to clone my 11.5, get all the reps and basic mechanics at the range that you get from shooting on a flat range at paper. It has been very, very reliable, except for when it's raining. I'd say raining is the only time that we've seen any sort of hiccup with this for the most part consistently, but we'll dive into that a little bit more. So let's talk about the performance a little bit, guys. This has been, it's been a 22. Out the box, I was expecting some crazy 5.56 groupings, which is not the case. This is my first 22 platform. So at about 50 yards, we're seeing anywhere from a 4.5 inch to 2.5 inch group, depending on the ammo. CCI Mini Mag definitely runs the best for sure. Federal has been pretty consistent. And then the Winchester M22 black box has been
spicy.
Yes. This upper has taken multiple out of battery detonations, handled it like a champ. Definitely scared at the first time when it's just, smoking out, but that was fun. Yeah, it's been super reliable. The only issues that we've had are magazine related and ammo related, like shooting off of the magazine with the 22 just does not work. I'll roll in some footage of that on the rocks. Just causing malfunctions, not feeding properly. And then of course in the rain, 22 ammo is just notoriously dirty and gummy. So that really gummed up the platform as well. Brought their reliability down considerably. But when it's a nice dry day, normal humidity, this thing's running like a sewing machine, able to mag dump into trash all you want.
In low wind, you were able to take that out to 200?
Yeah, yep. So we've also taken it out to 200 as well. That's why, we throw the magnifiers, quick mount on and off. And yeah, no problem. Out to 200. Well, you can make hits at 200. I wouldn't say no problem.
Right. It was, reduced C-zone steel. We were getting
It's no 22 man.
Yeah.
The 1,000-yard shots with this
700 yards with this.
Right.
Close.
Right. Yeah. We have about 3,000. Well, we have over 3,000 rounds on this now. Suppressed, unsuppressed. And yeah, it's just been an absolute pleasure to shoot. And we're going to dive into why. So pros and cons for this, guys. I would say for cons, there's not really too many. Besides obviously the unreliability of 22, but that's 22 in general. Never obviously recommend 22 for home defense. You never know when it's just going to click and hem up on you. So that's probably the biggest con for 22. So for pros on this, and the whole main reason why I end up going this route is, of course, the ammo price, right? 5.56 prices are through the roof once again, disappearing for the most part. 22 stays consistent. You can still get it at Walmart, which is awesome. And a case of, or 2 cases of 5.56 pays for this, well, one case of 5.56 pays for this entire upper, so you are getting your value extremely fast.
A second case of 5.56 pays for your accessories.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, it's just an absolute pleasure to shoot. Nordic Components did a great job with this. You know, being able to take your kids out with a 22, introduce them to the AR platform, let them shoot with a quiet, no recoil platform, they're going to have a much better time, especially when they're younger, than a louder 5.56, even suppressed. Yeah, good. Do yours.
So pretty much going to echo what Greg's saying with the pros. It's cheap. It's cheap to shoot. You have zero guilt when you rip an entire mag of this into a pile of trash or off into the wind at 200 yards.
Off into the wind for sure.
You know, after the initial investment of buying the upper, which really is about a case of 5.56, it's just paying for itself after that. If you think about shooting 4,000 rounds in the summer, think of that over the course of 5 years and how much that's going to add up to. It really is a huge amount saved. If you're looking past the initial investment, you save a lot of money with these. Other pros, it's a really fantastic training platform. A lot of minutia you can train around 5.56. You can shoot height over bore, you can shoot different barriers, obstacles, and that way you're not spending 55 cents a round each time you pull the trigger. One of the other benefits that I hadn't anticipated but quickly found out with these is when you're shooting night vision, all of the debris that's in the air creates quite the photonic barrier. You get a lot of splashback if you're using a illuminator, laser, anything like that. And 22 LR is dirty enough that it creates that same amount of smoke that 5.56 does. So it really forces you to think through and work around your different, not only physical obstacles and barriers, but photonic barriers as well.
Definitely. Yeah, like Ryan's saying, like being able to go out, keep on training, keep on shooting, keep on doing our night hikes through the woods with night vision, working all of our night vision, you know, drills and everything that we do. And just knowing that you're not, you know, killing the bank ammo wise is great. You know, of course, you're going to have some differences.
Yeah, it doesn't have the recoil of 5.56.
Right, doesn't have the recoil.
Outside of that, it doesn't have the range,
or the weight.
Right,
it's definitely lighter.
But to practice a drill over and over and over to get the hang of it, there's plenty that you can do with 22 LR that you're not going to be at a deficit or any real advantage if you did it with 5.56.
Absolutely. And plus, I mean, you know, if you have little varmints that you're trying to get rid of,
that's the other thing. These things are quiet when they're suppressed.
Yes,
really quiet.
They sure are. It's you know, I really don't have enough good to say about it. Honestly, it's been great.
Awesome.
22 is definitely dirty. You got to clean it just about after every single range trip, unless you're shooting a couple of rounds. We shoot at least a 500. So you definitely want to clean the internals, and we'll show a video of that breaking down right here. Very simple. Breaks down the same way as a 5.56 AR. You know, separate the upper and lower. Bolt carrier comes out, and just break the bolt and carrier down and scrub that barrel. Otherwise, you're going to start seeing noticeable failures due to cleanliness or lack of, especially the barrel, and your grouping is going to open up considerably if you don't have a clean barrel, and clean it about every 500 to 700 rounds for sure. All right, guys, talk a little bit about why. So obviously, you know, the big why in answer to that is going to be price. We've been harping on that the whole time. 22 price, obviously cheaper than 5.56. Once you get past the buy-in, like Ryan said, it pays for itself extremely quickly. But with all of that, the main reason why is because I wanted to clone my 11.5 5.56, which is, you know, the main squeeze. We'll do a video on that as well. And we're not going to dive into the optics and stuff in all the accessories. We're going to do individual videos for those. But everything you see on here is identical to my 5.56. We are currently testing some Somo Gear end galls at the moment. primarily we do run a maul or, you know, PEX. And then we're going to move down to the T2 on a unity mount with a mag is exactly how I run the 5.56 upper, and as well with the light with the push button. I do not run pressure pad light switches. I've had multiple white light NDs with nods, and you know that's why we train.
Yeah, no, I agree, 100%. Figure out what works for you when you're not in an environment where it matters, and then modify your kit to prevent you from doing things you shouldn't be doing, like NDing white light when you're out there with night vision.
Facts, absolutely. So why should you want to buy one of these? Why would you buy this, Ryan? Honestly, like we have been harping on this entire time, 5.56 prices are just becoming outrageous. I don't see a time where they ever go back down to what did we see them before, like before COVID, 19 cents a round for 5.56 for quality 5.56 or even just range ammo. So you're going to be obviously saving a ton of money on ammo. It's going to pay for itself quickly, very quickly. And
for most people, it'll pay for itself in the first year.
Yeah,
After
absolutely.
That, it's all profit.
Yep. And then with that, you get to continue training your 22. You get to shoot as much as you want. You can still work all your mechanics. You can still, you know, do your night vision drills or patrols, walking through the woods, whatever you want to do with it.
Shoot steel up close.
You can shoot steel up close. You can shoot them in all your indoor ranges. They fit on your standard AR lowers, which is the best part for me. When I was searching for an upper or a dedicated 22, I was looking between the Smith & Wesson and the H&K. Both of those do not fit standard AR lowers, so you're going to have their own dedicated lower that comes with them. So
if you already own an SBR lower,
yeah,
it'd
you're
be
golden.
silly not to grab one of these and throw it right on top.
Absolutely. And you know, sure, you can build your own 22 upper, absolutely no problem with all your other parts, but having a factory made upper that's spec to, you know, their specs and tolerances are not stacking, it's just a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, that was the great thing about this gun. You took it out of the box and it just worked.
Yes.
It's something you get with AR-15s. It's not something you get with a lot of other firearms. To be able to just slap it on your lower, go and shoot, and not have any issues. It's been a really nice backup. I've had my 22 LR. Went a little different route. We'll do a video on that at another point. I've had multiple issues with that. Greg's gun's been able to be a fantastic backup for if mine went down. We're able to keep shooting, keep going. Question of every video: should you get one? Absolutely. This thing has been a dream to have. It's super fun to shoot, saving us a bunch of money on ammo, and again, just helps us really work around some of those cost prohibitive things from 5.56.
All right, guys, that pretty much brings us to the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Of course, like, comment, subscribe. It really does, you know, push that algorithm into your faces, helps us out a ton. Thanks, guys.